Pete Gustis here with the smallbusinessresourcecenter.com. The smallbusinessresourcecenter.com is a YouTube channel and website that is for business news, personal development, and growth. Today's topic is the state resolution to end Governor Wolf's emergency declaration. So it's HR 836. It was passed by the House and the Senate. But I did mention Wolf, he doesn't seem like he wants to stop this declaration. Or I should say, yeah, stop his declaration. They passed the law, but the only thing that I find in the article, which is a little bit confusing, is the simple fact that it still states today that the General Assembly has not presented the resolution to Wolf. So in Wolf's defense, how could he approve or veto something? Technically, they said he can't veto it, but so when you're looking at that, how can he accept or veto something if he is not given it? But he did already file with the Supreme Court to stop that, and of course he won. So I had mentioned that before, that I would not expect him to end this. In regards to the other issue, which is the masks, Wolf kind of made it everybody believe, based on his statements, that masks were mandatory. Then he had a video, because they do updates almost every day. And one of them, he actually stated, "I want to make it clear, I am suggesting masks. They are not mandatory. But if you go into a private business, of course, and they're making it mandatory, then you have to comply with their regulations, because that's their private business and they have the right to make their own rules." Now, I want to keep in mind that despite the fact that I'm saying this, he kind of made everyone feel that it was mandatory. And so many people said, no, this is the law, you have to do this. And, for the most part, people are. But when you're looking at information, now Wolf got the Department of Health Secretary to sign a mandate. So as of yesterday, masks are mandatory when you go out in Pennsylvania. Keep in mind, there's health regulations that state if you have a problem wearing a mask, you're not supposed to have to do this, but this seems to be a point of contention for a lot of people. And the main reason is, if you do your own research, you're going to see so many articles, even Dr. Fauci stating wearing a mask is not going to help you at all. He's on 60 Minutes saying that. If you look it up, you'll find it. And this is not a 10-year-old article or something. It was a couple months ago. It was very recent, even though they're telling people to wear masks. And other health professionals stating that the only people who should be wearing masks or need them are the people who are actually sick. Because a mask is really protecting a sick person from coughing or sneezing on someone healthy and getting them sick. They said asymptomatic people typically don't spread it. You don't feel sick, you're not sneezing or coughing, so you're not going to get anybody sick. But it seems like a lot of the regulations, they're kind of geared towards, maybe it's overboard. Comment below, let me know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, subscribe. I try to update on business programs. Also, if you're a business people, you got to look at my local programs and state programs, because there's a lot of programs that don't get national attention. They're not in the news. I don't know why, but I look up a lot of things, and there's a lot of local programs and state programs that can help you if you need stuff for your business. So what do you think about the masks? Do you think they should be mandatory or not? When I'm looking at this, I'm starting to shift towards the consensus of herd immunity, because there's articles that I saw which talks about herd immunity. So basically, herd immunity is the resistance of a spread of a contagious disease as a result of the sufficiently high proportion of a population developing an immunity to the illness. So some people who are still susceptible are around immune individuals. They basically have a barrier because of the fact that the people who haven't got it Basically, they're not going to spread it to anybody, or excuse me, if you have got it or you have an immunity, you're now immune. So, and it says herd immunity is around 60 or 70%. So I want to keep in mind, if you're immune, do you need a vaccine? And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I can't wait it. I got to get the vaccine as soon as it comes. Everybody should have to get it. And I kind of say to myself, well, why would you need a vaccine if you're immune to something? If you already got it, typically they said that you're immune to it. So why do you need a vaccine? I think a lot of people don't understand, but let me know your thoughts, comment below. And in regards to herd immunity, they say about 50% of the people are asymptomatic. And when they do testing, like they did testing in Los Angeles a month ago, they said there was a huge percent of the population that actually tested that they had it. And when they said, why did you not go to the hospital? They said they didn't even know. Or some people said they had very mild, symptoms that it didn't warn them. They were not as even bad as a cold. So when you're looking at that, of course, if you're high risk, if you're older, if you have health issues that could cause a problem, I would recommend going to the hospital. But why would you go and get tested for something when you don't feel sick? It just doesn't make sense. People don't do that. People don't, you don't go to the doctor and say, hey, I got to check to see if I have AIDS. If you didn't put yourself at risk, or you don't feel you have any illness or anything else, So typically that's not what people do, even though they want to point the finger and ask them that. So herd immunity seems like it's getting much closer. They say in some areas they're looking at 30 to 40% of people are finding it. And I know, as a matter of fact, one person I know said their family member got it, the coronavirus, and of course the rest of the family didn't have any issues. So, when you're looking at that, and of course they're in close contact with them. So a lot of times when you're looking at this, people can have, it may even be an immunity because you had coronavirus in the past. I know a real estate agent who said last year their family had the coronavirus and nobody cared. It was like not that big of a deal. I shouldn't use the word nobody cares. I'm saying nobody went overboard. They did not quarantine the person. They did not freak out and tell their whole family to stay away from them. And I'm not saying that nobody has ever died or no one's getting sick. Let's not, put words in my mouth, but I'm saying they just told the person to drink plenty of juice and liquids. And, I think they told me they didn't even give them any antibiotics or anything. They just told them they'll be fine in a couple weeks. And of course, a couple of weeks it went away and then they were fine after that. So masks are mandatory, but would you take a vaccine if you have a immunity to something? That's my one question. Do you feel masks are mandatory, even though you can find plenty of articles, as well as Dr. Fauci on camera stating that it's completely useless? So if you're following him and, he's saying, yeah, everyone should be wearing masks. And then on another video, he says this is completely useless, like a lot of other medical professionals have stated. And you want to keep in mind, a lot of the masks are not fully covering your mouth, like you can see here. They got big gaps because they're cheaper. Or, I got one from Target. It's really kind of like a sock that goes over my face. The only reason I'm using that is because it's a little bit easier to breathe out of because it's so porous. And I'm honestly at the position where I'm saying, is this 100% necessary? Probably not. And I feel I'm a healthy person, so I don't want to put other people at risk. But if I need to, I actually have a surgical mask, and I have worn those at times. The only thing is they do get, it gets hotter inside the surgical mask, so that's why I don't really wear it all the time. And technically, surgical masks are not supposed to be reusable. They're usually a wear once and then throw it away. But because of the mandate, that's not what most people are doing. I've seen some people who honestly have said that they're extremely worried about it, but then they have a mask that they've been wearing for a month or so, and it looks so dirty and filthy. And I'm looking at that and saying, well, if you're not going to get sick from reusing this same mask that looks really, really dirty, you're probably not going to get the coronavirus. You might already have got something else from reusing that mask. Anyways, what are your thoughts? Subscribe if you want more information about business help and news about the coronavirus because it's affecting our business. If you're into personal development, I'm going to be having a whole series of great people that I just won this contest with, and a bunch of people that I met at a Tony Robbins event in San Jose a couple months ago during the coronavirus. But subscribe to my channel, hit the notifications bell, and share this with a friend. Comment below, let me know what your thoughts are, because I'm curious what people who are either concerned or not concerned feel. Your viewpoint matters. So let's hear it. Have a great day. Oh, 4th of July is coming. If you don't see my other videos, happy 4th of July. So